Hey people, it's Nice Toki. I just saw this article recently, so this is from the Financial Times. US financial aid for Greenland sparks outrage in Denmark. Support comes 8 months after Trump calls consultation with offer to buy territory. The US is offering a $12 million financial package to Greenland and will establish a consulate on the world's largest island as the Trump administration beefs up its Arctic defenses against Russia and China. News of the financial support to the self-governing territory that is part of the Kingdom of Denmark has sparked outrage amongst opposition politicians in Copenhagen, coming just 8 months after the Danish and Greenlandic governments rebuffed US President Donald Trump's expression of interest in buying Greenland. A senior State Department official said the US consulate will be housed in a Danish military facility in the Greenlandic capital of Nuuk, and the new consul will move from Copenhagen once coronavirus permitted in the summer. The $12 million in financial support was intended to jumpstart U.S. engagement in the resource-rich island and would support investment, energy, tourism, and other sectors, according to the State Department official. The U.S. is clearly working to undermine the Kingdom of Denmark, said Rasmus Jarlov, a center-right MP and former minister. In the end, they might not be present in Greenland at all if they come with this kind of agenda. It is totally unacceptable. Karsten Hornge, a left-wing MP, accused the US of trying to drive a wedge between Greenland and Denmark and urged Danish Premier Mette Frederiksen to draw a line in the ice cap. The US is concerned by what the senior State Department official described as Russia's military buildup in the Arctic and Chinese efforts to winkle their way into Greenland by seeking control over strategic assets in exchange for supporting the island's desire to expand its wilderness tourism industry. It would not be in our interest for China to secure control of critical infrastructure in Greenland, the official said, of repeated past Chinese efforts to secure a former U.S. Navy base and become involved in the construction of free airports, an enterprise the U.S. headed off by pushing Denmark to provide financing instead. I don't think anyone should presume the provision of assistance in any of these areas is designed to pave the way to purchase Greenland, added the official, describing the establishment of the new U.S. consulate as good old-fashioned diplomatic tradecraft and a recognition of the importance of Greenland to U.S. security. It takes time to develop closer relationships with other countries, but this good news confirms that our work on building a constructive relationship with the United States is fruitful. It's positive that the increased cooperation between Greenland and the U.S. is reflected in tangible results in the form of funding for projects in Greenland, said Kim Kielsen, Greenland Prime Minister. Responding to the outrage from Danish MPs, the U.S. senior official said, "I'm not sure what everyone is all worked up about or why people are upset." The official added that the U.S. had no plan underway to purchase the island and that Washington and Copenhagen had been hand in glove on this for months and months now. There wasn't anything broken there for us to fix. Mr. Trump stunned senior Danish officials in August after he described Mr. Frederiksen as nasty for rebuffing as absurd his interest in buying Greenland and then cancelled his state visit to Copenhagen. Greenland's relationship to Denmark has long been strained. The island of 56,000 people, whose capital is closer to Washington than Copenhagen, is self-governing in most regards. But Denmark handles its foreign affairs and security as well as providing a Denmark kroner 3.6 billion or $521 million annual grant that accounts for 2/3 of Greenland's national budget. There is a strong independence movement, but also recognition that until the island boosts its economy, potentially through mining of its rich mineral resources and tourism, it will be unable to achieve it. The U.S. opened a consulate for the first time in 1940 to help keep the island out of Nazi hands during the Second World War, soon after Denmark fell to Adolf Hitler's invasion. The senior State Department official said the island was of tremendous strategic importance to the U.S. throughout the Second World War. The U.S. has tried to buy Greenland before, and most recently in 1946 when President Harry Truman offered $100 million. The consulate was closed in 1953. Well, this is quite a huge step. It's been a very long time. Now, my thinking is this, that America is going to get Greenland, either by force or by just outright buying it. Because, let's face it, there's nothing that Denmark can do to physically protect Greenland. So, and it makes a lot of sense. Like, in a strategic level, it's a huge territory that's just next to America. And once the Arctic Ocean ice begins melting properly, and Russian ships can move throughout the Arctic Ocean and cut across it, it'll be of huge strategic value in order to control the sea lanes and also as a way to control Canada, because if you have control of that, you are surrounding Canada on both sides. So my thing is this: for the Diwani and Black Americans who are mostly my audience, this might be something of interest. If you're looking for somewhere where there's not a lot of people competing, you could try going there and see what business interests you can operate. Because let's face it, in the future, I mean, not like in the near future, like within the next 5-10 years, but eventually it will take off with more and more investment, more people moving there to exploit its natural resources. So it would be something to look into. Anyway, I'm going to leave this article in the description. If you would like to if you would like to support the channel, leave my GoFundMe there in the description. And if you would like to follow me on Instagram, I'll leave it there as well. Peace.